Chicago State's a really good team. They provide a lot of problems for us. Their length, their quickness, their toughness, and that's why it was such a good win for us tonight. It's a good basketball team, tough kids, and so it was a gutty, tough performance by both teams. Nothing came easy on either end tonight for either team, and I just credit our kids for having enough toughness and made enough plays to get a great win.
The other night you talked about, having to score and matching basket for basket. Did you kind of want to slow things down and do that, or was it just really efficient?
They slow you down. I mean, they play that zone. It's hard to run against that thing. They're a really athletic bunch, and running was never going to be a huge part of our game plan. It was going to be taking care of the basketball and executing against that 1-3-1. And I think we got off to a great start. That gave us a little cushion. Then we saw the zone. That cushion went away. But we made enough plays. I think our kids regained some composure. We responded to their runs tonight, and I'm really proud of our kids for that. I thought a big key was the start of that second half where we kind of got them out of the zone. And then we do pretty good in our man offense, and we got enough lead, a big enough lead, enough cushion, so when they went back to the zone, we survived. That's all we did.
The girls mentioned that just the fact that they'd seen that zone before and drilled on it quite a bit apparently recently, that helped a lot in
It does. I mean, we were more familiar with it. I mean, their personnel didn't change, unfortunately. I mean, they're long and they're disruptive, but I think we had kids in better position tonight, and we knew which plays we could make. We knew where. I think we just had a better understanding of their 1-3-1, and we played to some mismatches, and our kids knew who was going to be open tonight, and that's why you saw 17 assists. So, 15 turnovers was big. We had 26 there. 15 tonight was outstanding.
Talk a little bit. Does this kind of fit in with the last couple games? I mean, this is a big win. They're undefeated and all that. A little bit of the circumstance, but you've seen, seems like, some improvement recently.
Absolutely. I think you've seen some confidence. I think you've seen some kids stepping up and making plays. Defensively, I think we continue to grow. I think we've grown in the toughness category. We talk about three things. We talk about confidence, we talk about toughness, we talk about execution. And I think over this little period, where we went 8 and 9, we've grown in those areas. And with one senior, we're excited where this bunch can continue to go. So, absolutely, we've seen some growth.
What are you expecting from Texas Pan American and Houston Baptist finishing your conference schedule on the road?
Tough trip. Pan Am's a tough place to play. You saw how tough their kids could be here. We've always had really good games with them. You can throw out the records, I think, when you play Pan Am. I mean, they've got good athletes. They've got Bianca Torre, who single-handedly has been the Coyote killer. And so that's what we can expect. We're going to have to play extremely good basketball to win. The same thing at Houston Baptist. We've never won there, regardless of the record. That's a tough place. It's just a hard trip. So, but hopefully we can take some momentum into that road trip. But let's not think about that. That was a good win tonight. let me stop right there.
Darren, defense has been the name of the game. I mean, you just got to feel really happy holding them down like that.
Well, I thought our second half, I thought Beckel had a great first half. You can see how tough she is to handle. She just elevates and shoots over you, and she's a different level of an athlete. But holding Walden to, I think, 2 second-half points was tremendous. Rochi did a tremendous job on Walden. We put some quickness rather than size on her this time around, and we just wanted to be the biggest little pest we could, and Rochi did a nice job. We rebounded well late. They had a great offensive rebounding team, and that's how they were scoring. And we just made enough rebounds and got enough stops.
Yeah, it seemed like when they did get that run, I think it was on 3 straight, putbacks to kind of get back into it.
They spread you out in penetration. They attack. They make you help. And then when the shot goes up, because everybody's out of position, you don't have any block-off responsibilities. They just run to the rim, and then they bury you. And they got great size. So the fact that we couldn't contain the basketball during that stretch was the problem. Once we got it contained a little bit, a little better gap responsibility, then our block-off responsibilities became easier to recognize. And that's why we did a much better job that last 6-7 minutes.
Alexis, that was a distinctive zone defense, and boy, they stayed in it. And obviously, you could see at times it was very difficult for you guys to get through it. What were the secrets to being able to shoot the high percentage and have an overall, nice offensive night for everyone?
Well, we practiced a lot. I think we had a 3-hour practice yesterday, working on different zone looks. Even Coach Kopel and Coach Larson suited up for our practice to simulate some of the girls on their team. So probably just all the work we did beforehand, and we got the ball with Amber, got it to her, in that low. We kind of overloaded on that one side, and I thought our posts really moved well together. And I thought everybody, contributed when they threw it out. We had our feet set, could get the one more pass, and I just thought that, seeing it before helped, and we could analyze. We all watched a lot of tape on it, so definitely the preparation beforehand helped us a lot.
And it kind of seemed like, limiting them to 56 points, using offense as defense a little bit tonight. Was there some of that? 22 shots, 20 minutes.
Well, I don't, maybe not purposely, but we just tried to look for the best shot we could get in that zone. You saw how athletic and long they were, and we didn't want to drive in there without any place to pass. We learned that last time we had 26 turnovers in the last game, so we definitely limited that. That was a huge, keg in our victory. So yeah, I guess unintentionally that was kind of our best defense against them.
Amber, after you got into halftime, and you played very well against them for half before, talk a little bit about what you were going to do in the second half as far as not letting things unravel.
I think it was just our main philosophy of the whole game was just toughness. Obviously, out there, that was definitely our downfall, was just not being tough with the ball and making tough decisions and making the right read. And I think that's what we did well in the second half. How many layups did we get? It seemed like once we got over the initial pressure, it was just anything we wanted in the lane. So I think that's what we did in the second half.
How good does it feel to beat a team that is very good here in conference play?
It feels really good. Like Coach said, there's a lot of things going on with this game. It's one of the best, obviously the best team in the conference right now, best record-wise. It's our last home game. Teresa Case's last game as a senior. So I think we played with a lot of pride. When you put on your jersey, it's like you want to go out and play as hard as you can and be tough with the ball. So I think that's the way we came out tonight. We played for Teresa, and I think we sent her off the court pretty well, and that was our goal. Kaser's been every day in practice. She pushes us hard. She gets us going in games. Even if she doesn't show up in the stat sheet a lot, she really, if you have a question about reading the zone or something like that, Case is the first one to say, hey, this is open, make this pass. So what she brings to the team is just, it's terrific. So.
Any other questions?
You guys go on the road this next week to finish out your conference schedule. How do you feel about that?
We feel good going into it. Our last loss was, against Chicago State. We've won 3 since then. So I think, we've already beat Texas Pan Am and Houston Baptist at home. When you go on the road, it's a whole different story. But we know we can beat them, and we have 3 good wins going into it.
It's going to be tough. Last year we had a really bad Texas trip. So, we're not thinking it's going to be too easy. Those are tough gyms to play in sometimes, Houston Baptist especially. So we're going to have to come with the same mentality we've been coming with the last couple games for sure. So.